is being used to document the work of One More, One Less and TB Catering. Is that good enough, Minister Brian, as a disclaimer?
That's great. I thank you so much. So good evening, everybody. The day is about 5:30. We're trying to start on time. We did have a little bit of issues technically trying to create the video so everybody could see it. But meanwhile, most of our youth and the families are starting to peel potatoes and dicing the potatoes up. So what we're trying to do is 2 side dishes, and then in the video, you'll see how we prepare and start cleaning the chicken. So let's jump right in. Thank you for coming. This is a One More, One Less mentoring and Tb7PrivateCaters joint collaboration. There were a lot of entities that pulled these 160 meals together this weekend, and I want to thank everybody publicly if I don't take time to acknowledge you individually. But going forth, a lot of these youth belong to Miss Felder's house, which is a mobile sewing entity by Linda Felder. And I would sincerely want to thank her and a shout out. It was from her vision I was able to pick it up and put it together and bring forth the 160 as well as this culinary demonstration on the back end. She passed out plates for etiquette for her kids. So hopefully her 50 or her 40 kids will be on today, or we're going to even try to link this to YouTube so you can watch it at another time. So if we can move into the video, do I need to share my screen, Pastor Ron?
We're still waiting for confirmation that the video is uploaded. So I don't know if Craig, you can unmute and give us a status. Send it. I'll put it in the chat on the status of the uploading of the video.
Due to time's sake, I'm going to hold it for 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Craig.
All right, Craig.
So do I need to do anything on my side? I'm sorry. I'm bad with a camera.
No, you don't.
Switch back to the other device though, if you're gonna hold it, since you're on the same iPad that the video is housed on. So you may have to switch back to the previous device you on for Zoom. So Minister Bryant, you might have to let him back in on his other device. Okay.
Do I need to share it, co-host it, or what we doing, Ron?
Nah, he's just gonna log in from the device he was on at first. And you just let him back into the meeting, and he'll turn his camera on, and then he'll log out from his iPad and just put his iPad up to the screen.
Got it. I think we're doing it right. Think we're doing something right. Okay, Craig, I got you on my side.
And now just go ahead and log off from your iPad so that way you don't get the feedback. There you go. And then you can just pull the iPad screen up when you're ready. And all of the young people should change the view from speaker view, from main view to speaker view. And that way they can see Craig's screen, full screen. So young people, if you can change your view from gallery view to speaker view, and then once Craig starts playing the video, you should be able to see his video in the main screen.
Sounds great. Before we hit play, Craig, can you, No, we're fine. You can put it up. Let's so we can see everything. I'm sorry you got to hold it, bro. It's not flat. It's okay. Move it over a little bit more, a little more. There you go.
Cover your face, right? Cover your face completely. There you go.
I'm sorry, Craig. I didn't want you to cover yourself. I can't hear it, Craig.
Yes, unmute. Unmute your device, Craig. Not that one. The one. There you go. Now put it back up full screen.
Too close.
Everybody can get a little Hispanic, a little English.
Right there.
Trying to say hi. Okay. We will also have another student mentoree. So One More, One Less that's also going to be with us later on in our next segment. So we got Minister Brian, Chef Brian, coming in, and he will also be demonstrating and talking. Because of COVID, we all want to stay 6 feet apart and wear our masks. Okay? So I would like to say thank you for working with all the indices, Parks and Recs, and one more, one less, and the other indices that I did not mention. So for no other questions, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Mama, okay? So everyone, let's be grateful and let's start cooking.
Well, I thank you all for watching us today. We're gonna start with, once he's gonna start peeling the potato, we're gonna take the skin off the potato. You can translate that. And once she peels the potato, then we're gonna dice it up in small pieces. And the reason we're taking the skin off the potato is so that it can have a better consistency and be whipped. The skin would stop it from being a little lumpy.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Take the skin off the potato so it won't be lumpy. Okay. Lumpy. Ella está esperando la cáscara porque va a ser tan gorda.
So once all the skin is off, we're gonna dice up, we're gonna add some water.
Cuando ella ya lo pruebe, vas a poner agua en él.
We're gonna add some salt to the water.
Vas a poner sal en la agua.
Pause. So we're gonna add water to this now. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. High temperature. And cover it with the lid. After we put some salt.
Más con sal y lo más dejar que se caliente.
1 tablespoon of salt.
Una cucharita de sal.
Now, don't worry about the salt in the boiling water. It adds flavoring to the potatoes. You're going to end up rinsing them off anyway.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
So we're gonna let this come to boil for 20 minutes at a high temperature.
Que lo vamos a dejar que se enfríe por 12 segundos.
Into our next part of the side dish, which is our string beans.
Ahora lo más mover con las.
Can you lift it up a little bit more, Craig? There you go. Thank you.
This ingredient.
So what we're doing is we're gonna snip the ends off.
Lo que hacemos más cortar todo está
So right now we're gonna start working on the string beans. We've already snipped the ends. We're gonna add some water, just enough to steam.
And you're adding about 1/4 cup of water, just 1/4. We don't want to boil them. This is more of an Asian technique of just steaming the vegetables till they're tender.
Okay, I the best. Nothing.
We're gonna add a 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna boil.
Vamos a calentar el agua.
Okay. We're gonna add salt. Teaspoon of salt.
Una cucharada de sal.
And at this time, I'm using pink salt versus a white salt, which is just better for the body. It doesn't give hypertension.
And that's where we are. Once these string beans steam to tender, we're gonna rinse the water off, and then we're gonna stir fry with our peppers and our onions, which are optional. You don't have to use them.
Peppers and onions are optional. Vamos a usar cebolla y chile.
Thank you. So you want to make sure that the string beans are tender. You should pull apart real easy and break. You still should have some green in the color. The green,
You can dice it. You can dice the onion, but since the onion is going in string beans, they can be long. They don't have to be in chunks. Normally in a restaurant, we try to mimic the vegetables. So everything that I cut was long, similar to a string bean, even the peppers. If you have any more questions, you can type them and I can see them and address them when they come up. And everybody, thank you so much. You don't know how happy I am that this is working out so perfectly. I apologize for any delays that we've had.
off the string beans. We're gonna start cooking.
So as you see, I've got a wok. You don't need a wok. You can use one of those new ceramic pans that everybody has, but I'm using red, yellow peppers and orange peppers, sweet peppers. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to green peppers, so that's not what we put in here. But you can put green peppers in. It changes the taste. Green peppers to me are a little bit spicy, so we go to sweet. So I'm using onions, red peppers, yellow peppers, and orange peppers. And we're stirring that up once they saute and what we call in the restaurant caramelize.
It's already done and tender. Then we're gonna stir fry the onions and the peppers.
And I apologize if this is new for me. I've never seen myself on video. Out of all the years that I've cooked, I've only took pictures. I've never watched myself. Craig, you're doing a great job, man. Thank you.
Start adding spices.
Ahora vamos a estar poniendo chiles.
Onion powder.
Vamos a poner onion.
Garlic powder.
If you're just joining us, we're making string beans with some onions, some sauteed sweet peppers, red, yellow, and orange. And I'm just adding spices to give it a different flavor. So far, we've just added pink salt, onion powder, and garlic powder is what we're adding currently.
1 tablespoon.
And although that looks like a lot, that's only about maybe a good tablespoon.
Hot peppers, red pepper flakes.
And my family likes it a little spicy. It's Szechuan Asian string beans, so it's normally a little heat in there.
Oh, now it looks good, huh?
Hello, hello.
Gonna add a little Asian spice.
Poquito de Asian picante.
Just to give it a little bit of Asian flavor. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have for you today. Let me plate it for you. South string beans, that's one style.
We can hear video, but we can't see it, Craig.
That's better.
I don't see anything, Craig. Okay. It's still.
For being with us while we cooked our first side dish, our Szechuan style string beans. Now we're going to turn it over to my mother so we can do our famous whipped mashed potatoes. They're going to have a look. So let me give you some of the ingredients that are going to go inside these mashed potatoes. We're going to use butter. We're going to use salt. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Horseradish. Pepper. Cream. Little cheese. Chicken stock. Chicken broth. Okay, and that's what we're going to be putting inside these mashed potatoes. And we're also going to add some cream cheese. Makes it real whippy. Because
Ahora ella está aplastando las papas.
Once I finish mashing this up, I'm gonna start adding the ingredients.
Va a poner los ingredientes.
I'm gonna prepare cream cheese.
Ahora voy a poner un poquito de
I'm gonna use my mixer. I'm gonna prepare cream cheese. Butter.
the same thing when I say.
And you get your ingredients out so that they can get a little soft before you mash up your potatoes.
Le vas a poner un poquito de sal, porque sal.
Sorry about that.
Just to give it a little chicken taste. And a little ham. Just a little bit of chicken stock. And a little seasoning. Yeah. Mash it all up. As we mash it, we do a little taste it. Something that I'm not going to taste it. Take care of all of it. So, yeah, what do I do?
We're gonna need to add some more flavor to this.
Okay.
You can add any questions to the chat if you got any questions.
Want some salt?
Need more salt.
What else?
Now, because it's so much cream and dairy in these mashed potatoes, they can take a lot of salt. Not so much that you get hypertension, but they can take a lot of salt to just balance out the flavors. What you see me adding is horseradish. Horseradish gives it a different flavor profile in our mashed potatoes than what your grandmother used to make back in the day. And we're adding some black pepper to this. And as you're noticing, she's whipping these mashed potatoes almost 5 to 10 minutes.
More salt.
And we're just adjusting the flavoring.
Garlic powder. Because Anderson likes his potatoes great, right? All right, that's good. Season.
And you're seasoning to taste. So just because you see us adding more salt to it doesn't mean you have to add more salt to yours.
Chicken broth, we're gonna need to add a little bit more salt.
Más pone un poquito de sal.
Now, if you have any questions about the string beans, please type them in the chat box and I can address them as I see them come up. But the difference between the way we cooked our string beans and how my grandmother used to make them is she would boil them so long that they would just fall apart in a pot. And we've learned that those string beans, the most nutritious part of that dish was not the string beans, it was the pot liquor. The juices from the string beans is where all the nutrients were. Now in the Asian techniques, we've learned how to keep all the nutrients on the inside of the vegetables. So you're trying to make sure that all your green vegetables stay green. That's what the salt water is for. The salt water allows the chlorophyll to be trapped in the fibrous structure of the plant, so it doesn't leach out into the water. That way our string beans looks bright and green. And as you can hear, Mr. Antonio.
Anderson, how do you like translating today? want to do it again? Okay, yes. All right.
We're going to put you on all of our social media. Again, for joining us. This is part 2 of our culinary demonstration. So what he said in English is we're going to take this roasted chicken, which is about 3.5 pounds. We're going to take the backbone out of it. You're going to use a sharp knife and just come straight down in the center.
And if you have kitchen shears, you can do it with kitchen shears, which is just scissors made for kitchen use. So you can use that. But this is a spatchcock style of cooking a chicken. And what it does is when you lay a chicken flat, it allows the chicken to cook at an even temperature all the way around. By pulling out the backbone, it allows us to butterfly the chicken, which is one of the restaurant terms.
What it allows us to do is open the chicken up. And what you saw, press on it so that we can open up the backbone, open up the breastbone. And that's all you do is press down. And what this allows us to do is get to all of those places, season it and clean it effectively. So now we're going to turn it over to my mom so she can go through.
So at this point, I brought my mom in because nobody cleans chicken like my mother does. It's how my grandmother cleans chicken and how I was taught. In a lot of restaurants that you go to eat, the chicken isn't given all this meticulous care. You'll find hair on your chicken, feathers sometimes, and that's not how I was trained to take care of people's food. I was always taught, give folks food that you would want to eat, and it's clean like that. So spatchcock style allows us to be able to open the chicken up to get all that fat that's in the cavity, and at the same time, able to season it from the front and the back. Now, we didn't season it in this video because everybody has a different profile, but there's a lot of different recipes I could have given you. I'll even put my information in the chat box. So if you want some more additional chicken recipes, I can give you that as well. So I'll do that now.
Turn it over to her now.
So, when you cut the chicken out, of course you know there's feathers. So what we do at home is that we pull them, sink up with salt and water, and we put the chicken in there so that it can be, if all of the blood and all of this stuff that's caked up in here will come out easily. But before we do that, we gotta get the feathers off. One way is singeing. Singeing means putting it over a flame on your stove so that it will take care of the little fine feathers that you don't see and allow and take care of the ones that you do see because they're feathers.
You can burn the feathers off.
And see this?
We'll pluck the feathers. We'll pluck feathers.
So you got to pull and get all these small feathers off. Normally we singe this over some fire, over a candle, over just a gas range. We'll just singe these hairs and feathers off the chicken, and we took out the backbone. That's what we took out. Miss Pulley, we took out the backbone, just cutting straight down on the back. It takes the backbone and the butt of the chicken out, and then we open it up and just press on it. And your body weight will kind of crack that sternum in the middle and allow it to butterfly and be flat. Great question. Any more questions?
This doesn't happen. But this is how you would clean your chicken. Once you take the feathers off like this. You don't want your chicken to have more hair on the chicken.
Right, and my mom's very particular about soaking her chicken in salted water to help get some of that blood out of the chicken. And once she put the chicken in salted water, it allows the fat and the slime, technical term is called fasciolata, to come off of the chicken.
All along here, and this will come out easily with a knife, and eliminate some of the fat that is on the chicken. Okay?
Now, some folks believe that putting chicken on the fire or cooking it, it kind of melts some of that fat, and that's not true. That's just not how I was taught how to make chicken healthy for people. So we go to a great extent hand cleaning chicken before we fry it, cook it, bake it, broil it, or grill it.
You'll be an extra order guy, and you will love the way that you clean your chicken. Get the slime from underneath the skin. Huh? Get the slime from underneath the skin.
Oh, your mom got todo eso de la cobertura que tiene acá de su
So this will be the way of cleaning a chicken. And if it's not the way that you normally do it, try it, and you'll see a difference in the taste.
So by putting all this extra love into the chicken, it just makes this chicken taste so much fresher, so much cleaner. And I think this is the end of our video. As you see us plating the potatoes on here, and we were giving this away to the staff that's on the back end of watching all of this production. I thank you so much, Craig, for all your hard work. Man, you got to have a lot of muscles in there to keep that arm up. So I thank you.
Yeah.
Pastor Ron, I thank you for the recording. I think this was a success. Hopefully, we'll find out how we can upload it to the YouTube site. I'm gonna leave the line open currently just in case anybody has any questions. I'll even open it up in case you want to ask me some questions as we go through.